Hi, I was chosen by Product Testing USA to be a mystery diner for Cheesecake Factory. We chose the location in Fort Worth, Texas on Commerce Street. Walking into the establishment, it was very beautiful. We only had to wait 2 minutes to be seated. It was myself, my husband, and my 3 children. We sat down. When we first sat down, none of the silverware was rolled. It was just sitting on the table, no kind of protection whatsoever. And half of the silverware was dirty. After the hostess sat us, a waitress came to our table, and we immediately asked her if she could take the dirty silverware away from the table and replace it. About 3 minutes later, another waitress came back, and that became our waitress. So we were assuming the other one wasn't happy that we didn't like that we had dirty silverware on our table. After she took our order, we ordered the children's food first. 2 of the girls ordered the mini corn dogs, and one of our third daughter, she ordered the chicken strip kids meal. The kids with the corn dogs were very satisfied with their meals. They thought it was very good and yummy. But our third daughter, she loves chicken any way you give it, and when she didn't like it, we knew something was wrong. And upon tasting it, it had no flavor whatsoever, and it actually had like a metal taste to it. My husband ordered the chicken marsala. He liked it. He said it was decent. The noodles weren't even quite al dente. They weren't cooked quite enough. And I ordered the steak coulee. Well, my steak, I ordered medium. I got it rare. I sent it back, and then the manager comes to our table, and he says, normally when it's undercooked, we just like to throw it back on the grill and cook it to proper temperature. Well, I don't have a problem with that, other than the fact that I had already eaten off of the steak, and so my germs are now contaminating the grill, because that other foods go on there. It wasn't just my steak. I wasn't the only person that ordered food there in the whole night. So I was kind of like a little irked with that. When they did bring it back to the table when it was up to par, it hadn't been put back on the grill. My plate and the bowl that had my broccoli in it was hot, so they put it either in a salamander or something to heat it up, but it wasn't put back on the grill to be heated to correct temperature. And at this point, it was almost brownish gray on one side, and it was correct on the other side, but it still wasn't heated evenly on the griddle. It took forever for the waitress to come back to the table. She never asked us about dessert, so I ended up walking over myself to where the dessert was at to get everybody what they wanted, and I purchased that separately. And then I came back to the table, and then she finally asked us if we would like to order dessert, but it was already too late. I had already had it, ordered it, paid for it, and was back at the table at this point. She did give us our check finally, and it took her a while to come back for me to explain to her, because our total was more than what the gift card was worth. And she took it, and then she finally did come back, and we left the restaurant with I will never go back to a Cheesecake Factory again. This was the worst service, and their food really was not great at all. I spent over $100, and I didn't get good service, I didn't get good food, and I didn't get an apology for dirty dishes or getting the incorrect order, not being ordered what we had actually initially ordered. So my overall impression of this particular establishment at this particular location on Commerce Street in Fort Worth, Texas is not great at all whatsoever. I would not recommend it to anybody, and I myself will not bring myself or my family back to this establishment. But I do thank you, Product Testing USA, for giving my family and I the opportunity to mystery shop for you. Have a great day.